everybody, I'm Yu-Gi-Oh! Deckmaster, and it's time for another deck special!
Hello everybody, I'm Yu-Gi-Oh! Deckmaster, and it's time for another deck special. I'm sorry I went on break for so long. I had to take care of some family business and then the holidays. You know how it is. Hope you all had a good holiday. I actually didn't, but, you know, me and my fiancee had fun, but I'm not doing so good with my family issues. Also, I broke one of my tooths on one of the meals at family dinner, so that's always good. That sucker's being pulled out tomorrow. Oh, yep, tomorrow. Which sucks ass, so I'm going to have a fucking gap in my damn teeth. Not happy about that one. And, you know, that's all that's going on with me. Please leave in the descriptions any questions or anything that you want to ask. If you can tell me how to do this better, please, I would love some criticism. Structured and polite criticism only. This is just a game, you know, it's not life or death. This is going to be a very quick OTK style deck for the most part. This is actually the first deck I ever created when I first started getting serious with the game. I actually found a deck build on eBay for 20 bucks. And now this, of course, was before the deck actually had any credibility to it. And it's been one of my favorite decks ever since. Onto the deck. The deck that I'll be doing is going to be my Karakuri deck. This deck has the ability, like I said, to OTK usually Barito, Burai, Nataria Beast, and something else. Sometimes a Strategist, sometimes a Musa. Either way, it can get usually 4 monsters in the field rather quickly, allowing me to go for some big pushes and usually winning. So if you like, please comment, subscribe, let me know what you think, and with that said, let's get on with the deck special. Let's get started with the deck, shall we? We'll start with the main deck, of course. We run 3 Solar Wind Jammers. Of course, this is the special the level 5 that you can special summon to help get with the level 8 synchros going real quickly, which is the main focus of the deck. This is what helps you turbo out real quickly. I like this better than Cyber Dragon because it can be special summoned as long as you have nothing. Your opponent doesn't have to have nothing either, though. So you can go first turn with this, get some really big pushes, get out of Barito, Crimson Blader, Thought Ruler, and just like run over your opponent. I take in 1 Muso because it's really good if you get it through the Karakuri Synchros, and then helps get you that extra push for game. 2 Karakuri Quicks. This is mostly going to be used for ranking options into a Gigant X or, you know, Kachi Kachi, Cowboy, something like that. Middle to late game, you bring this out, and it allows you to retrieve a Karakuri, either go for a Synchro or an Exceed play. 3 Strategists and 3 Kamachi. Kamachi being your number 1 tuner here. This allows you to get the extra normal summon and lets you just go off. This is the tuner you want to have in your hand 95% of the time. If you can get a Merchant, Kamachi, a Solar Wind Gem, or an Instant Fusion, those 3 cards in your hand, you usually can get like 3 or 4 monsters on the field pretty fucking easily. Strategist is like your backup, and he does do some pretty good tricks with some of the spells and traps and monster effects like Burrito's effect, letting you get a +1. But of course, Kamachi's the main one there. Most people usually only do 1 or 2 merchants. I like 3. For the most part, you know, you summon it, you get out the card you need, and it can be spell, trap, or monster, which is always good. Now, the downfall is, of course, this little fucker might have to attack. Oh no, there's a big monster on the field. What do? Well, you add Cash to hand, and use Cash effect to turn them to defense and then turn around and get a monster. You're still getting a card from your deck, but you avoid having to attack. And he also allows you to go into Nataria Beast. Him and either Strategist or Kamachi. Of course, we run 3 instant fusions. We only have 2 targets in the extra deck, but 3 is just to help you get it quicker. This card or Solar Wind will let you go into level 8s rapidly, quickly, and it allows you to OTK really quickly. Since you're putting a shitload of monsters on board, it doesn't really matter if they gain 2,000, 3,000 extra life points from instant fusion. This is better than Pot of Duality because of the fact that you can't special summon the turn that you activate Pot of Duality. With this card, however, you can get the +1 and still go off, and your opponent is totally fucked. This, I don't rely on it so much, but if I get this and either Kamachi or Strategist in hand, and either 1 level 4 or instant fusion, Solar Wind, something else on the field, and then summon, I can go into like sometimes 5 synchros with this. This helps add to the turbo. Machine Duplication is one of the best cards to play in this, but I don't run 3 because I don't want to draw all the time. It can become a dead draw. 2 Karakuri Caches. This is the road of the deck. It's pretty easy to run. I was running 3, but then I found a lot of decks today are back row heavy, and I needed a third MST instead. This card will really allow you to get what you need, stop the monsters you don't want from attacking, and let you set up your plays, just like Merchant does. 3 MSTs because today's back row is just ridiculous. This card comes into play, takes out what you need. And then 3 Autonomies. A lot of people don't like this card. They think it's slow, but with Strategist, Burai, and all this stuff, I can usually play this card, and Cash as well. I can play this card, counter, due to effects, draw 2. And this replenishes your hand, which is always good. You can run 3, but 3 become a little cloggy. I found 2 perfect to replenish your hand. For the traps, we got, of course, our standard bottomless trap hold to stop summons. It's like the backup warning of today, in my opinion. It's your new warning since priority's out the window. 1 Karakuri Trick House. A lot of people call this card crap, but I think of it as like another MST. I mean, you're always doing mode changes left and right in this deck. And this card is searchable by Merchant. You set it, do a mode change, take out a back row. It's like having a 4th MST in the deck, or can get rid of a monster if you need to too. And like I said, it's searchable. Double traps done so you can go off with your big plays. You gotta have this MST, things like that. Stop the stoppers and get your big pushes out there. Over Mirror Force, I'm running 2 Magic Cylinders because if I can weaken them down enough and then set one of these, and then they attack, haha, you did not kill us. We attack you with this 3,000 attacker. Back at you, bitch. And sometimes that can be enough for game. Just remember, you weaken them down enough, Magic Cylinder can usually kill them off. Compulse, standard trifecta nowadays, Bottomless Solemn and Compulse instead of 2 Solemn Warnings and a Solemn Judgment. Bounces back shit to hand, gets your plays off. 2 Fiendish Chain because I am not running Effect Veiler and I need some effect control. And this stops them from attacking as well, which is good if I have, weak-ass monsters in attack. Barely happens, but does at times. And of course, a Solemn Warning for that big negation, big push. I can usually, almost every single duel, get 1 to 2 Nataria Beasts out and a shitload of Burritos and Burais out on the field. I can OTK as quick as like the 3rd turn, sometimes the 1st. I mean, it just depends on the hand. I have OTK'd on the 1st turn before though. And now on to the extra deck and side deck. We'll first start with the side. I start off with 2 Prohibitions. This card really ain't played that much anymore, but if you know what you're playing against, this card can still stop a lot of the major pushes. I find it pretty good, especially if you can get the right card and just kind of fuck them up, since it does stop their effects from being used as well. 2 system downs for the machine matches I go against. Karakuri, Girgas, etc. They can be a bitch to deal with. System down helps me banish them from play and continue the pushes. Double Dust Tornado because back row hate is always good this format. Really good this format. 2 goes in matches because almost everything in my main deck is Earth besides Solar Wind, and I can work around that. And I got, you know, Burai, Barito, and Beast are all Earth. So is one of my rank 5s and all my rank 4s. So I got a good amount of stuff I can still go into even with that on the field. Light Imprisoning Mirror for Constellars and Bujin mostly, and Lightsworn too. Haven't faced many Lightsworns at local. Mostly is Bujin, and this card just like fucking kills them. Of course, Shadow Mirror because I actually do face a lot of Dark World and Infernity decks, and this right there kind of shuts them in their play. And then I put in 1, there we go, Sturgian Dirge. I actually haven't really got a chance to test it out, haven't drawn into it enough. I drew into it one time at a locals last week, but it got MST'd the second I played it. But I feel like it could be good. I'm thinking of maybe upping it to 2, I'm not sure. But, you know, decreasing their levels, making them either have to exceed or synchro into something they don't want because they can't bring out the cards they want. I imagine it would probably fuck up Constellars and Evil Swarms a lot, which also Shadow Imprisoning Mirror helps with. Evil Swarm, not Constellars. And I feel it could help reduce their levels. Give me your thoughts on that in the comment section below. If you think I should double it, triple it, what? Let me know. And then 2 Waboku, mostly because it was last minute cards I threw and I didn't know what the fuck to throw in. And Waboku stops in case they have like a Threatening Roar or something and stops your big play. You play Waboku, they can't, you know, eradicate all your monsters. Or if you go against an OTK deck, that can stop a lot of their cards, a lot of their big pushes, though I don't really go against many OTK decks. So if you can think of a better replacement for that, comment section below, please. I can use all the help I can get on the side deck. Main deck works great. Side deck still needs a little tweeting. For the extra deck, I have 2 Saber Sources. Of course, instant fusion targets. Like I said, I run 3 to make it like easier to get. I'm letting a friend borrow my Crimson Blader, but I have a Crimson Blader, obviously, to stop Mermels and Prophecies and etc. 2 Baritos, part of the OTK, plus it lets you draw one. It has a 2800 body, not bad. 1 Thought Roller, because he's my boy and I like running him, gaining life points and negating shit. 2 Burai, these are the 10 Burais. I couldn't afford the other ones. I did at one point have Ultra Burais, but I sold them off because I needed some money at the time, and then I had to deal with getting the 10 because I couldn't afford to spend all that money right now. Holidays are a bitch on your wallet. Anyway, you know what it does. Controls battle mode, lets you go off, get a card, and they both let you get card queries from the deck, which is always instant pluses. 2 Beasts. Have to run 2 Beasts. You can go into this thing so easily. You get this out, you stop everything. And don't be afraid to negate everything your opponent plays spell-wise, because it'll leave them with very little options. You might lose some cards, but it's worth the sacrifice. For the ranking options, because I do run Instant Fusion, and I do run Solar Wind, sometimes I just get those, so I'll Instant Fusion, then Solar Wind, then Instant Fusion, sorry. And I can go into rank 5s. I run 1 Volcasaurus, in case I'm in a situation where I need to pop a monster, usually middle to late game. And then, deal some damage. And usually I'll do it when they have more than 1 monster on the field so he can still attack. And then in case I go first turn and I don't get a good hand, I won 1 Crimson Shadow Armor Ninja. I can go into because it's hard to kill, can't be destroyed by battle or card effects if I detach. Plus it has a 24 attacking body. This can buy me a few turns to build up what I need. And then when it dies, go for my big plays. Of course, for the rank 4s, I got 1 Girgant X 10 version. Didn't have this until recently. This, of course, is to search out all the cards I need for my big plays. 1 Kachi Kachi for double attacking, because that's always nice. And 1 Cowboy, just in case I have that, 800 or less life points at the end of a turn. I go into him and end it. That's my deck. I hope you like it. If so, please comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. And, of course, any criticism that's nice and, not rude, nothing like that, and proper, hit me up. Thanks for watching. Peace out. Rock on.